What up? Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy, most entertaining fantasy football podcast on the planet. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
It's time to win a championship. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what more to tell you. It's time. This is it. It's do or die. This is it. Next time we talk to you, you'll either have a title to your name or you'll have gone down in a blaze of glory. And we're here to help you do the former, the prior, the first.
Former.
Yep. First one.
Oh. Hell yeah.
I don't know what we're doing here, man. Listen, we got a great show for you guys today. We're giving you guys studs and duds for championship weekend. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. It's going to be a good one. Got some guys that are definitely people that you're contemplating between and comparing matchups. And we've already had a few games, and maybe you're looking and going, I need the ceiling play, or I need just a safer play. We're going to talk about 4 studs and 4 duds. Actually, even more than that, 8+ players that are going to be pivotal in matchups. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to get into it. Before we do all of that, follow us on all our socials. All that is linked down below. Cute girls like New Year's gifts. So fourthandtrollstore.com.
Cute girls like this shirt.
Cute girls like this shirt too. And if you want to win a signed James Cook jersey, this is literally the last weekend you are able to do that. You head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/fourthandtrollfantasy. That's there as well. So there you go. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And Wes, there's some news to talk about. And shit, sorry. While you do that, I gotta do my Duolingo.
Are you gonna Duolingo again?
I just need you. So you take the news. I gotta jump into this Duolingo real quick.
Goodness. All right. It's a short list. You better get this done right away. All right. First things first. CeeDee Lamb out for this game, out, and for the season for just NFL context. Jalen Hurts still in concussion protocol. James Conner has practiced this week. He is expected to play. Great news. It's exactly what we prayed for at the end of last episode. James Conner's going to play. Malik Neighbors, he did not practice on Thursday due to a toe injury, so monitor that as you go into the championship round. David Njoku hasn't practiced this week. Not looking great for him. Tyrone Tracy didn't practice Thursday. Not looking great for him. Jalen Waddle practiced and should be ready to go. If you're going to start him, I doubt it, but he is ready to go. T. Higgins is now questionable with an ankle injury for Saturday's game. That's right. Saturday games. He got games every single day of the week except for Friday leading up to the Monday Night Football. This is crazy for week 17. Last 2, Alvin Kamara has not practiced at all yet this week. Probably going to go with Kendre Miller once again. And the last one, Chris Olave, returning from concussion, possibly playing in this final week, considered day-to-day, may not be ready. That's it for the news. Caro, how many more you got?
10 in a row, dude. I want to roll.
10 in a row, dude. Felicitación. Feliz Navidad.
A
oh my goodness.
Dress.
We got studs and duds coming up. There is nothing to react to. I'm going to keep this going. Nothing to react to because there's so many games that have happened since our last episode on Wednesday, Christmas Day, 2 games, and then a Thursday game as well. And what more is there to say other than we take note and we move on to the next season? So want to do some couple of victory laps, but again, just go to visit our last episode. We're going to help you out with some studs and duds for the final 3 days worth of football, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Help you win a championship. I've got quarterbacks. Noah's got running backs. I've got wide receivers. Noah has tight ends. Shall we keep this going? You don't Duolingo? Oh my goodness. This is a solo show here in the last last Friday wizard. Show of the season. Noah.
Word wizard.
Doing homework.
I don't know about you guys. Word wizard.
There's your championship.
I don't know what Wes just said, but I mean, yeah, we got a great show for you guys. Studs and duds. 4 studs to get you to win a championship. Get them in your lineup. And then 4 duds who are going to lose you the title and will eliminate you give you an L in the title game. Don't start them. Quarterbacks and wide receivers, Wes, you got those. I got running backs and tight ends. Take it away.
Okay, so this is for the Jalen Hurts owners out there, or anyone who's been streaming quarterbacks and you're not sure, do I play ceiling play? Do I try to find someone? Not a lot of great quarterbacks available. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Am I going to start him after what he did with Devontae Adams against the Jacksonville Jaguars? Hell nah. Here's what I've got for you. Here's my stud, okay? Floor play, safety play, Jalen Hurts owners that are nervous, pick up Drake May. Drake May has been very, very, very solid for the last several weeks. And by solid, I mean he's been a top 15 for the last 3 games pretty much. This guy has got a floor play of about 20 points. I'll take that. If I've got Jalen Hurts, I somehow made it to the championship round, or maybe I played someone else. I know someone that had Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts, started Baker because he liked the Mike Evans quest to 1,000 yards, worked out for him. He's in the championship because he didn't start Jalen Hurts. Well, maybe you made it. You got to look at someone else. Drake May he's got the rushing upside. He's got at least a touchdown in every game since, let me check, week 9. 20 points, 6-point passing touchdown, 20 points, safe, solid play, only rostered in about 26% of leagues. Very, very good option if you need to do something for this championship round. Now, my dud, plain and simple, Kyler Murray has been such a frustrating play that if for whatever reason you made the championship with Kyler Murray on your team, I can promise you that you will go down with an L because of Kyler Murray. Why? Because that's what he has done to you all year. We saw it in week 2 against the Rams. Phenomenal game. We've seen some of the rushing upside, but Kyler Murray has been such a disappointment throughout the season that, yes, 22 points last week, not too bad against the Panthers, okay? 10 against the Patriots, 21, 17 last weeks before then, and then 10. Then the bye week was week 11, week 10, 30, and then 4 points. I can't trust Kyler Murray. I don't think you should. I don't care what happened in week 2 with the Rams. I do not think this is the same team the Cardinals were in week 2, and this is not the same team the Rams were in week 2. So Kyler Murray is my dud.
Yeah, Kyler's been a rough one this year. I agree. Yeah, I agree. This has been not a great time. Jump into my running backs here. My running back stud for championship weekend. It's Breece Hall going up against the Buffalo Bills. Breece owners, you must have a love-hate relationship with him this season. I get it. I understand. But Breece has historically beaten up on Buffalo. In 3 career games against them, he's averaging 18.6 fantasy points, averaging 130 all-purpose yards per game against them throughout his career so far. And this season, Buffalo is allowing the 3rd most points per game to running backs. These are just a few running back performances against the Bills this season. 28.4 from Jahmyr Gibbs, 23.7 from Kyron Williams, 32.1 and 29.5 from Devon Achane. 35.9 from Derrick Henry. You go, okay, those are superstars. All right, well, 14.2 from Jonathan Taylor. 14.2 is a solid running back performance there that can help you contribute to your team. That from Jonathan Taylor. Well, that's JT. What about somebody who might be a little worse? 14.7 from Dare Ogunbowale. Like the Bills are just exploitable for running backs, especially pass catching running backs. Breece Hall, I expect to have a really solid game. It's going to be rainy. The weather is not going to be pass friendly, and I think Breece is going to have a really good one. Now, my running back dud, unfortunately, it's Rico Dowdle. He's going up against Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what that was, baby talk. Rico Dowdle going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Dowdle rallied off a month straight of top 20 running back performances. He was really solid, but he came back to earth last week against Tampa. He had just 51 total yards and only 8.1 fantasy points, and somehow he's still losing out on goal line touchdowns to Ezekiel Elliott, which is so annoying. Jerry Jones can suck a fat one for that one, dude. That's so annoying, dude. That guy's an idiot. But all that being said, Philly is the 2nd worst matchup for running backs this season. Last weekend, you were eliminated from fantasy playoffs because of Brian Robinson Jr. scoring a stunning 2.1 fantasy points. I'm expecting a tough one for Rico Dowdle, and I'm pivoting if I can. If you can, I would. I feel pretty confident in this being a poor play this week and something that can lose you your fantasy championship.
I totally agree. And I also think Breece Hall can be considered a superstar, which is even more exciting for what he can do against the Bills defense. I like it a lot. I think he can win championships this week. We in our home family league with all our family members and et cetera. The guy that beat me that's not in the championship, he's got Breece Hall. I think he's going to win. He's also got Devon Achane, so I think that's also just a great combo. But Breece Hall, I think, is going to be one of the deciding factors there. Wide receiver stud. Had a great game last week. Are you going to trust him again? Yes. Do you know why? Because my co-host Noah said to trust him last week, and I'm going to trust him again this week. That's Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, I think, is a stud play in the fantasy football championship round. Here we go against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it may not be all that impressive what he did the last time they played, 12.9 points in full PPR. That's with Will Levis, okay? We're talking about Mason Rudolph. And you know what he did with Mason Rudolph that first game? What was it, 22 points in week 8 against the Lions? Am I reading that right? Something like that. Jets, I mean, this guy has something with Mason Rudolph. I'm so excited for Calvin Ridley. I think we're going to roll him out as a fourth and short double down back-to-back weeks as a stud. I'm loving it. This is great. I think he's a flex play option. If you have some kind of confusing wide receiver depth chart, Calvin Ridley, I think 8 times out of 10, it's better than whatever wide receiver you're considering for wide receiver 2. Here is my wide receiver dud. Ready? All Packers wide receivers. You live and die by the sword of these Packers wide receivers. Christian Watson's also a little bit banged up as well. But you got Jaden Reed, volatile upside and devastating downside. I do not trust a guy that can score either 30 points or literally 0 points when playing. Not just because he got hurt or something. No, remember that Detroit Lions game, Thursday Night Football, I believe? 0 points. 1 target. And the last couple of weeks, exactly 11.1 points for Jaden Reed. I don't like it at all. I don't think anyone should be considering Dontavion Wicks as an option. I don't think there's anyone that's in a Packers wide receiver room that's playing on this weekend that you should line up. It's too scary. It's too dangerous. And I don't trust any of them. This is all a dud. I don't like it at all. Do not start any Packers wide receivers.
Yeah, it's so impossible to call. The first couple of weeks, it felt like we all were right as the consensus group of fantasy analysts and fantasy community of Jaden Reed. And then it was like, nope, this is just a toss up every single week and you never know. And it's really just come down to Josh Jacobs, to be completely honest. So there you go.
Yeah.
Tight ends for the fantasy championship. My tight end stud to help you win a title is David Njoku going up against the Miami Dolphins, averaging 16.2 fantasy points since week 7, 10 targets last week with Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I don't know why I was thinking about Dontavion Wicks. Dontavion Wicks, Thompson-Robinson.
Robinson.
Great quarterback, yeah. 10 targets last week with DTR, over 10 fantasy points in every career DTR start. And Miami is a plus matchup for tight ends. Over this season, we've seen Kittle go for 18.6. Tucker Kraft had a good game with 13.8. Brock Bowers went crazy, 31.3 fantasy points. Hunter Henry had nearly 10 points. Trey McBride, 21.4 points. Tight end is a plus matchup against the Miami Dolphins. And if it's DTR, I know he's dealing with possibly he was having some limited practices and we were going to see throughout the week. If it's DTR, he should be good. If it's Jameis, great. Perfect. We love it. We love to see it. So there you go. Tight end stud, David Njoku. My tight end dud, listen up. It's TJ Hawkinson going up against the Green Bay Packers. 4 of his last 6 games under 8.5 fantasy points. Darnold's great, but he can't consistently support 3 receiving options. And it's clear that Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are the superior options in his eyes and maybe in the eyes of Kevin O'Connell for Sam Darnold. And it's just not working out for Hawkinson to be that consistently solid, really good mid-tier tight end 1 for your fantasy teams. He's too inconsistent for championship week. And if I have an option, I'm pivoting. I'd go Hunter Henry over him. I'd go Chigokonkwo over him. That's a guy who's pretty widely available. I just think TJ Hawkinson is too inconsistent for championship week. So he is my tight end dud. He will lose you a title. That's it, dude.
Last Friday show of the season.
The last insight we'll give for fantasy this year. I mean, to help you win a title, win a season. Come a long way. If you've joined us throughout the year, appreciate that. If you're new and this is your first episode, hit that subscribe. We get some stuff coming out this off season, and we'll want to be able to catch that as well. So thank you guys, and you're not getting rid of us just yet. We'll see you on Tuesday for a end of year episode to give you a little bit of juice for 2025 as well. So we will see you then. It's going to be a good one. Make Tight End Troll smile by liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell. And we will see you on Tuesday. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And this has been 4th and Troll Fantasy. 4th and Troll Fantasy is a production of FQ Media Group and Selby Artistic Workshop.